Back in the room.
We're in. Cool. All right. Well, let us crack straight in, and say that what
we saying,
what to
Martin?
talk about? Well, this is an episode about ADHD and weddings. So let's go to a place where the distractions are landmarks and the detours are on the main roads. Welcome to ADHDville.
Meet the gang, because the boys are here. Boys to entertain, 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 boys to entertain you, especially
With
Martin.
ADHD. With ADHD. Things.
Oozing. So this is my bit, isn't it? Hello, I'm Paul Thompson. I was diagnosed with the combined ADHD and the D crawling towards a couple of years ago.
And I'm Martin West, and I was diagnosed with the combined poo-poo platter in 2013. Ring the bell.
Yonks ago.
Many moons ago. And we start off, as we do, in the back of the King's Agitated Head pub in ADHDville, where we sup a pint and take care of business. Or actually, rather, I made a smoothie a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I've got another one. I've got a bottle of like fizzy water that's not fizzy anymore. It's the height of my luxury today. So we're going to talk about what?
Weddings. We're going to talk about weddings.
Talk about weddings.
And rather than go into our tractor to kind of go somewhere, because we didn't really have a location that was suitable for talking about weddings, so we just thought we'd stay here in the pub.
Yeah.
Because pubs and weddings, bars and weddings do seem to have a bit of a, they kind of,
especially in the UK, yeah.
I mean, like how many films have you seen where the groom turns up drunk because of a bar?
Oh, I can't remember thinking any specific. Do you have one in your head, in your mind?
I can't think of one, but I just know that there are. I seem to remember there's a Sherlock Holmes in one of the Sherlock Holmes films. I think, his assistant turns up
right,
completely hammered to his own wedding.
Yeah, we were talking about this just before we started recording, didn't we? I think it's a northern thing, more of the southern thing in England, where the groom and his mates might go to the pub before the wedding, before they go. So go directly from the pub to the church. I've never done that because I prefer to live. I don't think my future wife would be impressed at all.
Oh my Lord, no. If you actually have got married and you did go to the pub before going to the actual ceremony, let us know how hammered you got. Oh boy.
I know. I mean, the only story that comes to mind, anecdote comes to mind, is like it's not to do with weddings, but it's to do with like pub culture in the UK. And there's a film about Gary Oldman and his dad. His dad was a bit of an alcoholic, and his mum got so fed up with his dad being in the pub. One day, he was late. His dad was late for Sunday lunch, so she took the Sunday lunch down to the pub. I put it on top of the bar in front of him and told him not to bother coming back home.
Nice.
Like that. Nice. I like that behaviour.
Good I think but I think, I mean, like, we were talking about sort of weddings and northerners. So, as with everywhere, there are different, traditions about getting married. And one of the favourite weddings I've been to, because I've been to quite a lot, but it was a northern lad marrying a southern English girl.
Right.
Were you there? Anyway, and you may have been there.
Right.
I won't say the names, but the guy was from Hull.
I was there. Yes.
And it was one of the best weddings ever
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
it really highlighted the very different cultures.
Yes.
So when we turned up at the ceremony, all the people from the south, we were all wearing like sharp suits. We were looking
Yeah.
like cock on, like
Right. Cock
lovely,
on. Yeah.
lovely, stylish looking people in
Right.
our best. And
And the
then all of
Northerners turned up in their tracksuits.
yes, they kind of
Right.
turned up in their very like very looking very casual, and we were like, oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. And then we had the ceremony, and then when we went to the kind of party part of the evening,
Uh-huh.
the southern people, us lot, we all just kind of rocked up there, right? And then
Yeah.
and then in our suits and whatnot, and we may have loosened our ties a bit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
party, we're going to loosen our tie.
Yeah.
And the northern lot went back to the hotel. They got dressed in their best, sharpest gear, and they
Right.
returned looking super sharp.
No.
So just
Okay.
as we were like dressing
Okay.
down, they dressed up. I'm not
Right.
saying one is better
It,
than the other. I'm just saying that it was an
right.
interesting contrast.
It's the same as could be said for Sicilians. Sicilians, they're very, very informal. When they do a wedding, oh my God, they turn it up a
Yeah,
lot. It's
yeah,
very chintzy, very kitsch,
like it.
very shiny, and like they
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot of money, and it's just a big show, a really
Oh,
big show. Yeah. But normally
Americans.
they're quite well known in the South for like walking around in like tracksuit bottoms and a kind of a tailored shirt.
Oh, I see. I like
It's a
I like this angle.
yeah, it's a
Half and half. Like
yeah,
your top half looks super sharp, and the bottom
yeah.
half just couldn't give a shit.
It's right,
Um,
exactly. A bit like the way I'm dressed for the podcast.
um, Americans, I found the biggest difference between American weddings and British weddings
Uh-huh.
is that is that American weddings are quite short. They're very short,
Oh, nice. I
very.
like that.
So it is a bit of a get in, get out quick affair,
Oh, that's
es-
great.
especially well if you don't have a full Catholic service, then it's those can go on a bit, but generally when you get to the party bit, it's like you get the cake, you do the first dance,
Yeah,
and then you're out. It seems like
right,
that part of the evening, the actual celebration part, is like so in, out, gone.
right.
It's
Because
quick.
me, I'm really conscious of how long weddings can drag on for. Pretty much as soon as the priest has said, "Please repeat after me" to the bride and the groom, I'm already looking at my watch,
Well,
and
you want to get out.
and then thinking, oh, is it going to be one of those weddings where no one can leave until the bride and groom drive off,
Oh, right.
and you have to
Yeah.
wait for them to go, and it's rude.
And you're
You
trapped.
can't slip out,
You're
and
trapped,
oh
Paul.
God, trapped.
That's
I,
that's
I and Palermo is the average time for a wedding in Palermo is 12 hours.
wow.
But
That's
some, if
insane.
they're really traditional, they can go for 2 days.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nice. When I was in India, so I worked in India for a while, and the creative director of the agency that I was helping, he said, "Oh, I've got my next door neighbour's getting married. Do you want to go?" I mean, oh,
Right.
absolutely. So
Indian weddings are supposed to be great.
right, so I jumped in a cab and we arrived at this. It's a big field, right? It's a big ass field. And just as I arrived, there's the groom comes and he's on a big white horse, and there's lots of noise. And I know traditionally there are guns being fired in the air at this point and all that kind of crazy thing. And then we walked out into the field, and it was the most amazing sight you could possibly imagine. So there are hundreds of people, women in saris, like looking incredible, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they all look amazing. And the food all down one side of this field were food carts. You know, like food carts that you'd pass when you'd walk around a city, right? You know, like just serving little snack things
like
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The whole side of the field was just rows of them selling Indian snacks. And then the food tent was huge. It was like every food you could possibly imagine was under this gigantic tent. I mean, even just the bread selection alone was a mountain. And I was just wandering around going, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah.
And their weddings go on for a while. All right. So I thought I'd just kind of kick off with some like things that from an ADHD perspective kind of cause issues as a guest, right? I think
as a guest,
I think we'll just have to stick to because the whole being a bride and groom thing is a whole nightmario thing by itself. I think we'll just stick with guests for this one. So, first off, you get an invite, right? And do you respond? Are you supposed to be RSVPing this thing?
And you're already thinking, have you got a get out if you want to leave early?
I know, right?
That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, what if I'm making up? If I need to go. You're making judgments, aren't you? Straight away. Do I have to go? Is it going to look bad if I don't go?
Right. Yeah, I know. And then if it's like one of those +1 things, and you don't have a +1, and you're thinking, do I have to bring someone? What the? That's a whole other nightmare. Then you've got to like pick your outfit, which for some people, you have to dress smart, right? Usually, so you're wearing clothes that you don't normally wear, or you haven't worn for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Or you have to decide that you need a whole new outfit.
Yeah.
You have to go shopping.
Yeah.
You have to run the gauntlet of that whole nightmare.
What I learned from the past after going to a few weddings and making mistakes with clothes, I bought a really good simple suit, a good one, nothing particular, a nice clean Italian kind of tailored suit. Nice. Nothing fancy, and it's good for everything.
Nice.
Yeah,
that is good. You know what the thing that always bugs me the most about it is the shoes, because I have to wear dress shoes, nice shoes, and it's often that I've not worn them for a long time, and my feet are not used to them.
Well, in Italy now, it's become really fashionable to wear trainers with a suit.
Right,
you can get away with it.
Yeah,
these days.
Nice. But so if you are ADHD, I think if you can get away with picking comfort over style, then go for it. You know what I mean?
Probably not Crocs, but
not Crocs.
Not Crocs.
Right, unless you can get a little bride and groom thing on your Crocs. Like they have those little, they have things on the Crocs.
Or maybe tie tin cans to the back of the Crocs.
Yeah, see, make them wedding themed, and then I think you'll get away with it.
Right.
a bit of effort.
or covered in confetti.
Right. Oh,
Um,
you know what? Getting there as a guest, like getting to the place,
mhm.
is getting there on time. I think is the main issue, right? With my wife's family, they are all habitual late arrivers, all of them,
Okay. All of
and
them. Right.
they all are. They all go in separate cars, and then it's just like how late are they all going to be? And
Yeah.
I don't like being late. Like I
Mm.
I know you don't like being late, right? This is one of
No.
your things.
Yeah.
Um, and I was fine with being late, and then at some point, I don't know,
You
maybe it was in
weren't.
my early 30s, I kind of went, you know what? The stress of being late is too much that I can bear. So I'm
Yeah.
now like, I like being early, but
I
actually,
yeah. Then I'm already thinking right at the beginning of a wedding. I'm already got like already sensitive to how what a charade the whole thing is. I'm not the most romantic person in the world. And I'm already looking around thinking, oh my god, all this ridiculous amount of money that's spent. The money that is spent is unbelievable. And that's oh, I just don't. It just drives me insane. Like you have a cake and you spend £500 on a cake for a wedding, and
yeah.
if it was any other cake, you know, if you pretend to the cake maker that it's not for a wedding, you'll pay half already.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. As soon as they hear it,
Say, oh, it's
it's
a
for a
cake
wedding,
for me.
add a note on the
Yeah, and
end.
it's like triple the cost,
Hmm.
but it's like for everything as well. Shit food generally.
Oh, except at mine. Come on. Mine. Oh,
Okay.
you weren't there, but holy crap, it was good.
I went to town on for my wedding. Good food, excellent food,
Hmm.
but generally the buffet. Okay, so in England there's the buffet. Okay. Oh, by the way, I had a check. I checked up. Italy is by far the country that spends the most on food on average. In the States, the average
Yep.
is between $70 and $150 per guest. Average in the
Yep.
States. In England,
Yep.
the average is in pounds. It's in pounds. Between 40 and 90 per guest. In Italy, between 100 and 180 euros per guest. So
Wow.
way like double what the British spend. Which
Hmm.
I don't mind Italian weddings actually. I'm all right
All
with
right.
an Italian wedding. Yeah,
All
because
right.
the food's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
I
with
think.
the English buffet, I'm kind of always the British buffet wedding. I'm
I
already
think.
on. I'm like thinking, oh god, it's going to be the usual stuff, you know?
All right. Well, as you picked as you started off on the whole general concept of them, which
Yeah.
uh, it's funny. I used to not like them, and then I've come to like them. So
Right.
I've over the years, I've my opinion of them has changed, and that's because there's a couple of reasons why. One of them is that when you put on when you actually do a wedding, it's usually a neurotypical people
Hmm.
usually, and there's this kind of vision that the bride and bridegroom wants, like this. It's almost like putting on a whole theatre show, right? It's a
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
production,
Yeah.
and I sit there and kind of go, it's like turning up to watch a play. So and I think of it in that way, right? Where
Right.
okay,
It's
I see
performative.
how they're putting it together, what their ideas were, what things
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there kind of, and I sit there and enjoy the production. Um,
Right. It's performative, isn't it?
I, and I but I like that because having kind of gone through it, I appreciate
Mhm.
how much shitting fucking work it is and how much
Yeah.
money it is to
Yeah.
get something like that. So I kind of sit there, and I won't sit there and kind of like just poo it. I'll be like, okay, all right, well, let's see
Yeah.
what were you thinking? What come on then.
Yeah.
Give me a show. Right? Give me
Right.
a
Yeah.
show because that's what it
Well,
is. It's a
you get the kind of like default buffet, don't you? So the usual, the usual players in the buffet.
oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you get a prawn cocktail, you
Buffets.
get the vol au vents, you get the mini sausage rolls, the Scotch eggs, pork pies, crab sticks.
Well, see, this
I've
is a
never
very
tasted them.
English. This is a
Yeah,
very
this is
English
very English. Yeah,
uh,
I mean,
buffet.
is it in the States? Is there like a typical buffet,
Well, I mean,
or
you
is it
said
vary?
you said that we don't spend much, right, on the food,
No,
and
you
that's
do,
because
but it's no, you do, but it's just Italy is much more
right. So comparatively, we don't.
comparatively. Yeah,
It isn't like we're spending shed loads. It's and it's because, as I said, that party side, that post wedding part of the
yeah,
wedding is in out. So
yeah. It's
it's
less
not like you're
important.
spending 6 hours there partying.
Yeah,
You are in and out in an hour and a half kind of thing.
yeah.
Sit
No, in
down,
Italy, the
eat
food
out.
is the most important thing by
Right.
far. Because actually, but strangely, America is the highest cost, average cost in the world for a wedding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I spent a lot of money, and I don't regret a single cent. Um,
Yeah.
and it's yeah, it is a shame, but a lot of sort of weirdly, a lot of sort of business goes on at weddings as well. Like
Hmm.
like my son got a job at my
Okay.
wedding, um, for example.
Nice.
So I mean, so the other owners of the ad agency that I was an owner or part owner, um, and the other partners were there, and then my son who was looking for a job went up to the partners and said, "I want a job." And they went, "Okay then."
I nice.
Fucking hell,
Actually,
that's
what
all right.
you and your son worked in the same place?
Yeah, yeah. So there are two generations of us worked at the ad agency that I used to
Nice.
be a partner of. I know, crazy, isn't it? But going back to the buffets, because I know that you're going to ask me what my favourite buffet food is.
Yeah. Well, can I just say, I've
Yes.
always been, of all the kind of classic things you have in a British buffet, I kind of like it. If I went back to the UK now, because I've been away for 20 years, I could probably appreciate the buffet. It would be almost like, what's the word? It would be quite
Nostalgia.
emotional in a word. Nostalgic. Thank you.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that I cannot accept, and I've always been so um, wary of this element of a buffet that I never actually tasted it. It just
Wait,
seemed
what?
like a complete fraud in the
What was?
buffet world.
What?
Crab sticks.
Crab sticks. Oh, they're right.
I've never
Um,
tasted them.
haven't you? I
Never.
kind of.
I just treat them with disdain.
I mean, they're just. I don't know what they are their own thing. They're not crab. Clearly,
Yeah.
they're
Well,
like sort of
before
some.
we came on, I checked up. What is a crab stick? There's no crab in them.
No, no, it's like some sort
Right.
of reconstituted fish sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Usually Alaskan pollock.
All right.
Strangely.
Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Right.
Fish sticks.
To make it, it's got flavourings to mimic the taste of crab. Often includes a crab. Oh, this crab extract and artificial flavour. Oh, yeah, I was like, what? This doesn't even look like a crab.
I remember them
Something's wrong
coming
with it.
onto the market, which I don't know, maybe it was the early 80s or something.
Yeah. So what's your
So
go-to? Because well, on the ADHD theme, I've always hated, when there's like the rush, the first rush for the
hmm
buffet. I'm
right,
always out of it. I wait
all right,
unless I see a particular food that I really really want. I will stay at the back and wait for the.
all
I don't want to
right.
be involved in the
Oh,
rush.
fucking hell, no. I mean, like if there's a, I think if there's a buffet, I get anxiety because because they'll
Yeah,
call you up by table, right? So you're sitting there at
yeah,
a table going, "Fuck, come on, come on, come on. When's it
yeah,
my fucking turn? I'm hungry. I want to eat
yeah,
something." So I get anxious just waiting to get called for a
yeah.
start. But honestly, Americans tend to go for the sit down, you know,
Okay.
meal, so it gets brought to you. So they tend to
Hmm.
more do the, you have to make that choice before you
Yeah,
go. Do you want the beef or the fish or the
yeah.
or the
Or the
mushroom burger?
vegetarian. Yeah,
Right, and then you just sit there and it just turns up.
yeah.
That tends to be
But
my
then
experience.
it's just generally terrible food, though. I mean, because as it should be, because if I mean, the poor chefs. How do you? It's like everyone turning up, 100 people turning up at the same time at a restaurant.
Hmm.
It's a nightmare. So inevitably, the food is not going to be particularly. You might be lucky, but generally not very well cooked.
Ours was fantastic. I want to say that
Oh,
everyone
okay,
went, Jesus Christ, that was good. That's because we spent a lot of money on the food, and it
right.
was top tier.
Top
I'm telling
tier,
you, Paul,
nice.
it was up there. It was like the tier was up here somewhere
Nice.
because
Yeah, I mean,
because
obviously there are exceptions, but I mean, you got to really pay for that. It's
I
again,
did.
it's like the wedding dress or the cake. All of a sudden, you're paying ridiculous amounts of money for it.
Right, absolutely.
It's like New Year, just because it's New Year, all of a sudden it's doubled the
Hmm.
cost. You know,
How do you feel about sitting there at the
depends.
ceremony? You can't. You
Ye-
have to. You can't fidget. You can't. You have to like sit there really still. You can't make
Yeah.
noises
Well, generally, I mean, usually the if it's do you mean in the church or the register office?
in the either same thing.
Yeah, I kind of quite like new environments, so I'm stimulated.
All right, we're just looking
So if
around
it's
at
a new,
everyone's hats.
I'm always curious about churches, no matter whether it's a modern one or a traditional one or antique one. I'm always
Hmm.
curious about churches. I find them fascinating. So I'm all
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. All right. So you're happy
Yeah,
to sit there
yeah,
in silence for 40
yeah.
minutes,
I don't sing. I don't think. I can't remember the last time I sang a song, a hymn.
and then the sudden stress of a baby starts kicking off
Yeah, right. And you're
in the back.
looking around at how people have decided to dress, the choices that have been made,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Yeah. And then
And
you
also,
you
it's also the first chance you've got to because weddings, maybe the first chance you haven't seen family members or friends for maybe 10 years, and that's the first chance you get to maybe
right.
see them. You know,
There's this right there are two sections. I don't know. There's the cocktail reception, which is the bit that happens straight after the
yeah,
the actual wedding ceremony, and then you go to the place where you're going to kind of spend the evening, and then they have like
yeah,
a cocktail session, and then that's where all the small talk happens. That's where
yeah,
you run into people that you haven't seen for ages,
yeah.
which is always a bit of
Which
a
which
minefield.
fall into two categories. If they're family members you haven't seen for a while, cousins,
Hmm.
aunties, uncles, then it can be loaded, the conversation, and a bit like,
Right.
oh God,
Oh yeah.
but it
No.
depends. But there also, I remember there I had an aunt. Unfortunately, she died about a year and a half ago. Often, if there was a wedding, it was the only time I got to see her, like once every 20 years.
Right.
Auntie Anne. And she was kick ass. She was brilliant, and she was a baller, an absolute, just amazing to spend some time with. Always look forward to
Nice.
it. She smoked cigars and swore a lot.
Awesome. I like her
She
already.
was great.
So I used to hate that part of the evening because it was small talk central.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but as I've got older, again, I've somehow learnt to really like talking to everyone and asking them loads of
Yeah.
questions. Like, what are you doing now? Oh, you work for the CIA? What what
Yeah.
what can you tell me? You're like, what? You know,
Since
like
my since
I
my
find it fascinating.
ADHD diagnosis, I'm getting along better with neurotypicals.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. My relationship with neurotypicals has improved since my
Oh,
diagnosis.
very nice. I like that.
Yeah, this is a real positive side of it, definitely. Because now
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't have to pretend anymore, and I could just like sit back and it's like don't have to make comparisons anymore or trying to fit in, just be,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can appreciate them better, It's like going to the
All right.
zoo, and, throwing bananas to the monkeys or
Oh, I
peanuts to
love
the
that.
elephants. Yeah,
I love
just
that.
weird things.
Throw peanuts at
No,
them.
I'm joking.
I
Obviously, I'm
know.
joking.
I know.
Obviously,
I know.
obviously. But yes, small talk. That's
I love it. It's I because there is always this thing at the end of it where I'm driving home
mhm.
and my wife and I'll say, right, what have we learned? Right. And we
Yeah,
go back over the conversations that we've had. You go, oh, I
yeah,
was talking to so and so, and they said this, that, and the other. Oh, well, I was talking to so and so, and
yeah. What
so
I do is I do that before. If there's something I'm dreading or just not looking forward to, I will say to the person I'm going with, I'll say, let's make an event out of it.
mm-hmm.
So you
Nice.
make a conscious decision of playing a game with the whole thing. It's gamifying it, I suppose,
All right. Nice.
which is
Yeah,
cool.
keeping it interesting.
Yeah. The one problem with gamifying, okay, all okay. The problem I have is if I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone and I can
Yeah.
tell that the conversation is about to fizzle out, you
Oh
know,
no.
it's, and I'm really bad at making excuses.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that part of it. Oh yeah, that's
I
bad.
can't break away. I'm bad at the breakaway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm conscious of feeling and seeming really awkward and
Right.
clunky when at that
Yeah,
moment. Some
I
people I've
know.
seen and they're good at it, and I think, damn, how do they do that?
Right. Well, yes, because obviously if someone else comes in and joins the conversation, then you can slip away, all right? So
Yeah,
that's one.
yes,
But I find if I go, oh, I've taken up too much of your time, I'll catch you
hmm,
later, or I say,
yeah,
oh, I really need to go to the bathroom, I'll catch
yeah,
you later, or
mm,
oh, I'm going to get something from the bar, I'm going to catch you later.
yeah.
Like,
I'm going to grab that last crab stick that's on the
oh, that
buffet.
crab sticks, call him a name, mate. Hello. Exactly. And then they'll go, oh, I'll have a crab stick too. And then you both go up to the crab sticks, and
Yeah,
then you're picking up the crab stick and you're going, I don't want to eat you.
mm,
You're
yeah.
crying as you're eating the crab stick.
I was once at a wedding and I was having a conversation with someone, and they were famous.
Okay.
Um, he actually played for England at the World Cup in 1966 when they won it.
Holy crap.
And I found myself in a conversation with him, trying to seem like cool and
Mm-hmm.
and composed. And I happened to be standing next to the buffet, and I
Right.
picked up what I thought was a lump of cheese.
Yes.
And it was a lump of butter. And I tried to, rather than say, holy fuck, it's butter, and I thought it was cheese, because it was him, I thought, I've got to keep up this appearance of being like cool and composed. A great big chunk of butter.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh. You know
But
what?
why do that? Why put butter on a stick?
It is
That's
just like a sort
cruel.
of that's just like a Mr. Bean scene
Yes.
right there.
Yeah.
That is exactly what
Right.
that is. Oh, God. That is funny. Oh boy.
So
yeah, no, I've not met anyone famous at a wedding that I can think of. Sadly.
yeah, that was the only time. Well, I
Oh.
have met a famous person at a well, it was actually a golf tournament, and there was a sit down meal at lunchtime, and I met Bruce
Right.
Forsyth, but that's another story.
Another story for now, or another
Well,
story for another
a
time.
quick one. All right, a really quick one. I got VIP tickets for a golf tournament, and it involved lunch, a very luxurious lunch. At lunchtime, weirdly enough, and my father was really happy because I got these tickets like last minute, and I said, Dad, do you want to go to this golf tournament? Very high level kind of thing. I said, oh, amazing, you managed to get tickets. Yeah, come on. Okay. So we sat down for lunch, and the other side of this massive space, there must have been like at least 100 people in there. The other side came through the doors in the corner, so it must have been about 20 meters away. Bruce Forsyth, right?
Right.
So if you're not English, he's like, I don't know, how would you compare him to
He
someone? A bit
is
like David
a.
Letterman
I would say
kind of
no. I
thing,
would say
or
he is a TV game show host.
yes, exactly.
Is how I would say
Like
it.
the
Who he
most
is.
famous, like
Yes.
top five of like that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And he clocked me, which in English basically means clocked me means he just looked at me in the
Right.
eye from 20 meters away and started waving at me. Like really animatedly, right?
Me? Yeah.
And at this point my dad's going, is he looking at you? And I looked behind me and I looked back and I thought, I'll go along with this. I would wave back. Hello. And he came over. Came
That's
over with his
crazy.
wife.
Oh wow.
Came over with his wife, who happens to be an ex-Miss World.
All right.
Beautiful woman.
Anthea
How are
Redfern?
you, Paul? No, he didn't say my name. How are you? It's a long time since I've seen you. How lovely to see you. What are you doing these days? And I played along with it. Oh, well, fine, thanks, Bruce. Absolutely fine. Actually, how are you? Oh, okay. Anyway, nice to meet you, he said, and off he went.
Oh, it's
Turned
amazing.
around to my father and said, what the hell is going on there? I didn't know you knew Bruce Forsyth. But then I decided to keep playing with it. I kept the role. I didn't say, I have no idea what happened. I said, yeah, what, Bruce Forsyth, what do you want to know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a you know what? It's I've heard that story before, but it's been so long since I've heard it that it's like hearing it for the first time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, the
it's like
important detail, I happened to be halfway through lamb cutlets at the time.
well, that's a very important detail.
It is. I remember the lamb cutlets. I love lamb cutlets.
It was in your mouth as you were waving. Oh boy, I think that we need to get onto the rating.
Yes, let's rate it. Yeah. Oh, it's a difficult one to rate, actually.
Here we
Martin
go.
West.
Here we go. Here's the rating jingle. Is it a dopamine hit or is it a burnout thing? Is it a dopamine hit or is it a burnout thing? We're going to rate this out of 10 as far as our ADHD goes. So let's start with the: is being a wedding guest a dopamine hit, Paul?
It's a 3. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 because it's just not. It's
Such not a
very
hit.
rarely. I've been to one good wedding, a bit like you. It was a mix of a English friend marrying a French lass, a mixture of
Mm-hmm.
French and English. It was brilliant. But generally, I treat them with disdain.
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 And I will give it. It is now risen in stock. I'll now say it's like a
Right.
6.5 out of 10. I think.
Okay.
So generally,
Okay.
in approval. All right. So what about the burnout score? So out of 10, the kind of cost, the emotional and dysregulation and all of that, the cost of being a wedding guest.
But I'm going to give it an 8.5.
So it's pretty high. Yeah,
It's pretty high.
I would agree. I think 8.5. So generally, given those scorings, we would say that from an ADHD perspective, there is way more burnout than there is a dopamine.
Yeah,
On this.
absolutely.
This is much more draining than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And it's like 100 other things I would rather be doing.
Right. Oh, you would rather be eating a crab stick.
Yes. In a shopping centre.
Oh,
On a crowded Saturday afternoon.
And it's warm.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So this takes us to where we'd normally go to the post office, but we're going to switch things up on this show. So if you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, you'll know that Alexandra, the official ADHD town mayor, has always has cracking comments. And we always end up reading her stuff out. So I thought it would be rather nice if we actually gave her what's what I'm looking for? Not a new job title. What's the corporate word that is struggling? A promotion.
A promotion.
So this is what happens if you get involved in this show and start commenting. There are so many jobs and titles that you can have at ADHDville, and we will give them to you if you just comment and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll go, you know what? We're going to give you an official ADHD job title. So I'm going to officially. She's gone from being the ADHD town crier to the Postmaster General of ADHDville.
Definitely a promotion.
Up there.
Definitely
Postmaster General.
Yeah.
Right. It is so well done to you. And also, not only that, but with it comes a raise, and she's actually decided to build a pub in ADHDville that we can go and visit. It's still in construction, and right. Last time I checked, she didn't have a name for it yet.
Okay,
so I think she's still working on that. But let's jump in the tractor, and we'll just go on a pub crawl, and we'll go over and visit the new pub. All right, let's jump in. And off we go.
Off we go. A new tune, Martin?
Yeah. Alexandra gets her own little tune. and she's she's left a note I can see on the pub thing, and it says firstly she says happy birthday Paul.
Oh, thank you very much, Alexandra. Thank you.
And then last week we were talking about you had some math, which was basically, if I remember rightly, your math was something like you know the earth spins around the sun and the sun
Yes.
spins, and the sun travels
The Earth orbits the sun, blah blah blah. Yeah,
right,
and it's traveling at a certain speed.
right, and the sun is part of the spiral
Yeah,
arm of the
yeah.
Milky Way, and that's moving as well. And in a 24-hour period,
Yes, yes.
how long would it take for you to get to
Back.
walk back to
Yes.
and she said, reasons she says, because I know that she's good at math. You see, she likes math.
Okay.
She says, theoretically, yes, it would take you 59 years to walk back to where you started, but I guess you had
at
to
5
move
miles an hour.
Yes, you would have to move faster than 5 kilometers per hour to travel in time. So I thought, oh, that sounds like she's being quite nice. So I went and did some math
Nice.
and checking, and I came out with, rather than it taking 59 years to walk back to where you were,
Right.
it would take 1,662 years to walk back to where you started.
Well, it sounds that sounds more logical. Well, it sounds more probable. What you're saying, and
Right.
when I did it, it's like 56 years. Surely it's more than that.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's what I thought.
well, I think we're going to update on this next week. I'm going to give it another go.
All right.
So yeah.
If you were to walk back in 59 years, you would have to be walking at 213 kilometers an hour, which is like the speed of a jet.
It's not going to happen, especially up to the pub.
Right.
Okay.
And she also has a point of view on weddings as well. So she says, "I truly don't like can't say I don't like weddings. I have been only to one. I had actually some fun." So she's only been to one, but she actually had fun.
Right.
But she doesn't like them. And even then, the most exciting part was when they brought a big bowl of meatballs at the table at 3 a.m. after we had drunk a lot. I found it a brilliant idea. So,
nice.
See, there you go. See, I feel like a Greek wedding, my big fat Greek wedding, I feel like food is an important part and the partying goes on longer. Like there would never be a 3 a.m. party in a normal traditional American wedding.
I think it's quite common in in Albania. I know that they go on for hours, and there's a lot of dancing, and hours and hours. Yeah.
She says she goes on to say that the idea of me being a bride gives me chills. It has nothing to do with the concept of marriage, though. It's just, can you imagine me being in a place where everyone is looking at me and I have to socialize, hug, and do small talk with so many people pretending to have fun? What a nightmare.
Yeah. There you go. She's actually summarized it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like a pastiche. It's like a bit too much, I don't know, performative for me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Cool beans. So that, I think, just leaves me to say ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us most amazing. That'll do. And feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more. If you wish to see our beautiful faces, then sally forth to the YouTubes and the TikToks. And you can also pick up a quill and email us at ADHDville@gmail.com. Did I say it right? ADHDville@gmail.com. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourself.
And I beseech you, fellow ADHDers, fare thee well with gladness of heart.
There, says the mayor. That's that.
That's that. Da.
Okay.